on Doge, big runner to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge, still big runner to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin, upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin, up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin, upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin, 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Friday. How's everybody doing on a Friday afternoon? TGIF. Yes, Red Bull. TGIF. Hey, Dogecoin. Hanging out. Not dropping. Mark my words. 17 cents, right? 17 cents today. Nope. Didn't happen. The trolls. Hey, were you guys here last night? Late last night, yes, Thursday night, we had a late night live stream, and there was a troll or two there as well. And yeah, but that was fun. Just doing a late night, a little bit of a different crowd, but it was good. And now here we are on a Friday, hanging out. We're doing okay. Doge is actually up 3% today. You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it by looking, but yeah, Doge is up 3%. Bitcoin's flat. ETH up 1%. Algo flat. Sol up 1%. ADA up 1%. HBAR flat. SHIB flat. So Doge is doing very well. It's leading my whole watch list on the day. But yet, it just doesn't look like it. But that's Doge. We're going to talk about bull flags because we got a good bull flag going. Big bull flag going. So what's the news today right now? Bitcoin, ETH, Doge holding steady. XRP dips. Did XRP really dip? Not really. But a little bit of a dip. A little bit of a dip on XRP last night. Yeah, so that did happen. Tough conditions. Hang in there. Is it really tough though? Do you guys feel it tough? I don't. I think we're just we had a nice run since the April 7th lows. Doge is still up like 35, 40% since then. So that's good. And so now, kind of going sideways. The sideways started a little bit down, which is why the bull flag, which I'll show you in a minute. Global crypto market overall is slightly down by about 0.5%. Stocks were actually up a little bit today, except for Megal. Megal did drop down. One trader says a daily close above 107 for Bitcoin could spark the next leg up. But yeah, who wants to talk about Bitcoin? Bitcoin still just right around 104 like it's been sideways for a solid week. Sideways of Bitcoin. And nobody wants to talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about Doge and this bull flag. Big bull flag on the Doge chart. There's mine that I quickly sketched last night during the live stream. We'll look at some others, taking a look at the same thing with Doge. First, this is an interesting one. Remember those trolls, the bears that were pretty much saying Dogecoin was going to go to 10 cents. Someone saying 2 cents because fear of recession, right? And I was like, the indicators are not showing recession to me. And at that time, there was probably a 65% chance of a recession, and now it's down to 39%. And it continues to go down as the inflation numbers are going down. The tariffs are kicking in somewhat. Trump is lowering them from higher rates. There's still fear out there, right? Fear of tariffs, but none of that is causing any harm. So recession odds tanking from peak to 39%. Signals polymarket traders digesting better than feared macro prints and recalibrating after the Fed walked back aggressive cut expectations. I never said the Fed was going to cut rates. I said they're too chicken shit to cut rates. Yes. Waiting for the data, but fear of tariffs, inflation, unemployment, all of that, and none of that is happening. And yet we still sit with high interest rates. So that should just be taken care of. Maybe next month, the Fed will get their act together. I doubt it. It's still like only a 90% chance they're going to cut rates, or 90% chance they're going to keep rates the same. Less than 10% they're actually going to cut. But here we're talking about a bull flag. So zoom out on the daily. Trader Allen has this nice, beautiful chart because that's what he does. He does these nice charts. I don't know what this GIF is over here. That's bizarre. A breakout in Doge, though. Typically, we see this kind of bull flag, especially in an overall bull market. But Bitcoin Census has a better one. Daily uptrend. Dogecoin has been in a strong upwards momentum since the beginning of May. The price of Doge broke out of a bullish falling wedge pattern that we had. Strong impulsive move to the upside and now consolidating sideways within a bull flag pattern here. The next key target to be watching is 30 cents. 30 cents. That would be the pole for the bull flag. So that would be the pole up to 30-cent Doge. And we could see that by the end of May, 30-cent Dogecoin. So that's how a bull flag works. Here's the typical pattern, the pole, up and down flag pattern, and then off we go. So we'll keep our eyes on this. We will keep our eyes on this. 30 cents by the end of the month, Craig. Yeah. That's what this is pointing to. Again, it's just lines on a chart. Nobody knows for sure, but we've seen this kind of pattern before, and it has played out like this. That's why the whole bull flag pattern exists, because many times it does play out like that. So that's what we've got. Bullish. Master Kenobi is saying, look, if we go back right before the big November run, there were like two dips that happened. There was an initial run late October as the polls were starting to look like Trump was going to maybe win. And then Doge pulled back, hit a little dip. And then there was one more pre-election run of Doge and it dipped again, an A dip and a B dip. So before the big run. So it looks like we are right now in this same kind of dip happening here. Is this an A or a B? That's what Kenobi's looking at. Is that an A or a B? Was this one the A and that's the B, or is this the A? We're going to do another run and then a dip, which will be the B dip before the big run up. We shall see. We shall see. If we look at the RSI is at about 40. On the A dip, RSI went down lower, but also the B dip as well. So this one's not so bad. RSI is a little higher. Bitcoin Census says, but Doge trades in bull flag cycles. And we see bull flags again and again and again and again. Many bull flags. So he calls them waves. And with each wave, there has been a run up in the price of Dogecoin, late 2023, early 2024, late 2024, and now early 2025. Could that be? Yeah, what about C? Exactly. A, B. How about C, Oz? Exactly. Kenobi didn't give us a C. It was like A or B. So what could be this next wave for Dogecoin going forward as we see these bull channels in an overall bull market? And we touched on this last night during the live stream because Trader Allen posted this last night. And he's looking at very similar trading patterns that happen with fib lines. You snap from the low to the high, and between 0.382 and the 0.5 fib lines, when Doge comes up and hits that top thing and starts sliding back down, it bounces off of that fib line and then moves higher. And then that happened again. And now here we are a third time. Could this be this next move up? I don't know. But just another case of the bull flag pattern possibly playing out with higher Dogecoin to 30 cents. So, Dogecoin price prediction, will Doge hit 30 cents? Whales are buying. Yes, Ali says, look, whales are buying Doge. And again, I don't always trust these Ali charts because his data can't tell the difference between a purchase and transfers of coins. And many times you have exchanges transferring big blocks of coins from one wallet to another for security purposes mainly. But that doesn't stop Ali from just saying, oh, the whales are buying 1 billion Dogecoin. I don't think the whales bought 1 billion Dogecoin. I don't think so. I think a lot of that was exchanges transferring, but hey, it gets people excited. So overall, Dogecoin, when you zoom out, you see the bull flag pattern very clearly, and the next move up is, again, 30 cents. So that's what all that point to. Now, what is going to get Doge to move up? What's going to cause this big excitement? Is it going to be Bitcoin? Is it going to be Bitcoin that's going to lead the way? Bitcoin going to go up to 1095, hit a new all-time high, go higher, and Doge will follow? Or is Dogecoin going to do its own thing? Doge God says, hey, look, Dogecoin ETF could be approved at any time. Now, I don't think it's going to be approved so quickly. I think it's going to be more spread out, probably the full 240 days that the SEC has, which would be, again, my narrative is this fall. But there are many people getting excited for Dogecoin ETFs getting approved sooner. I don't know how the SEC is going to play this. We got a new SEC chair. He might say, hey, I just like Dogecoin. Let's get it approved. I don't know. So we will see how that plays out. House of Doge is like, how cool is this? We are one step closer to making Doge Soda and Doge Cola a reality. That's right. We have Doge Cola and Doge Soda being made. Thanks to MyJones. I don't know who MyJones is, but there you go. They're making bottles of soda with the Dogecoin logo on it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. House of Doge thinks so too. I think they're behind this actually, because they were talking about Doge products. So yeah, Doge Cola, exactly, Rodrigo. Doge Cola. So that's being made. And then we've got investment CEO, Doge CEO, saying Doge super cycle. Could this be a super cycle for Dogecoin? Now, a lot of this will play into this whole thing. What are the ETFs going to do? What's going on with Doge, House of Doge, Doge products, Doge acceptance as a currency? Could that lead to a real Doge super cycle where we don't have a huge pullback in a bear market? Don't know. A lot of people are guessing that for Bitcoin as well because of the Bitcoin ETFs, that next bear market isn't going to be so bad because of all of that money in the ETFs. I don't know. If the markets start going down, we've seen those Bitcoin ETF holders selling their ETFs. And so, but probably not to like a 70 or 80% drop in price. So we'll see how that plays out, but that's still out there. Extended cycle, super cycle, all of that. But we got to get through this bull cycle first, which I think we are still in. And we're watching Doge play out this whole bull flag. Will we see a run to 30 cents? That we will be watching. For now, on a Friday afternoon, Doge is just kind of hanging out at 22.6. So I have a nice little brewski here on a Friday afternoon. Cheers, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. How's it going, MB? It's going good. Ali, I'm not going to check the Kekius coin. First of all, it's not a coin. It's just a stupid token. Played off the Elon Musk thing. So awesome that that token is pumping because Elon changed his profile pic. Awesome. Just take profit so you're in it. That's all I say. It's not a long-term hold. What's up, Garjan? Waiting for data. That's what Terpal says, right? He looks at the data, but then he's still fearful of what the future data might be, and that's not how the Fed is supposed to work. But how about a green Sunday? It's been 7 red ones in a row. Will this Sunday be the one that turns it to green? We will see. Aesthetic reminds everyone to give a like on this. Look at that. Only 29 people like the stream today on a Friday. Come on, guys. It's a Friday afternoon. Like the live stream. Give it a like. That's one thing you can do for free. It's just click that little thumbs up button. Appreciate it. Elon has unknowingly started another meme cycle. Maybe. And then if we see 30 cents by the end of May, do we see 40 cents by the end of June? I don't know, Yealy. What do you think? Hey, Donnie's here for the live. Hope you're having a great day too. Yealy, what happens to my red check mark? I don't know. It looks like you're not a member, so... Oscar, I'm waiting to cash in for a motorcycle. Come on, Doge. Good to have a plan. Charles, it's going well. How's it going with you? Doge is too cute to say no to. Just look at that face. Exactly. It's Doge. So good. Hey, Joe. Jones Soda Company is a Seattle soda make. They make a lot of novelty flavors. So they're the ones who are making this Dogecoin soda here. Dogecoin themed soda. I wonder how much it costs to make your own soda. Well, it looks like House of Doge is making it. Thanks to Jones. So that's cool. Very, very cool. Cheers, motherfucker. It would be cool if the only way you could get the soda is to pay with Doge. Exactly. Red Bull is drinking a Red Bull while stuck in traffic. JQ, all eyes on Doge. Yes. Jay, sitting on that Tesla stock. I might sell it and put all the money on Doge. Tesla's going up. $350 for Tesla stock now. Miss Charlotte's in the house. Hello, how is everyone? Who says, I need a new Mazda. Charlotte is buying a Mazda. Awesome. Yes, you said you were having some car issues, so now you're just going to get a new one. Good. Yeah, it's a sponsor thing, Dogecoin, but it's cool though. It is cool. Which Mazda are you going to get? Get a Miata? One of those little ones? Little coupe Miata, driving around Manchester in your little Miata coupe? Oh, the flag getting tighter and tighter. Decision time is coming. You think it's going to be a downward one. Oz is betting on a downward one. I think it's a bull flag, not a bear flag, and it's going to go higher. Christoph is going to catch up. It's going to catch KrissPax on a 2x double speed and get caught up. Good afternoon, Galaxy. Maul drinking a mineral water. You're still working, so that's good. Cheers, everyone. I'm at an 80 theme party with my Doge shirt. Huh. Well, enjoy your party. A CX-30 Turbo. A CX-30 Turbo. Let's see what that looks like. CX-30 Turbo. Well, it's got a little hatchback, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. They've been making these since 2021. Here's the 2025 version right here. That's a good looking car. There's the 2021 version from the back in a sporty red. Good looking car. Enjoy it. And what are you getting, Charlotte? Just refusing to lease or get a car on finance, looking at the Mazda 6, nothing too fancy. A Mazda 6. See what that looks like. That's your basic sedan. All right, Charlotte. Your basic sedan. You can get sporty red though, right? At least. You like the red one? The 4-door. There you go. For you Mazda fans out there. We check stuff out. Yeah, Yuli, you just realized don't have a check mark anymore. I didn't kick you out. You did not update your monthly fee. That's why. So check your membership status with my channel and pay for next month, and then you'll get your red check mark back. Hey, Jack. Glad you could be here. Doge is going to help me pay off my Mustang. Awesome. Doug has a Mazda CC-5. Armando just wants a lot of money. No Ferrari yet. Too early to get rid of my Doge. Bigger plans, right, Charlotte? You've got bigger plans. Don Reed wants to pay off the mortgage. There's yet another one. Wants to get out of having a bank co-own your house. Good plan. Good plan. Tour de France. I have a CX-50 turbo. Doug says CX-5. I don't know which it is. CX. Well, there's a 5 and a 50, I guess. Yep, there's a 50. I don't know these numbers. I don't know Mazdas very well. They look like nice cars. Any Dogecoin one fails to buy now is the missing future dreams. That's right. But see, people they want to wait for it to drop really low, and it might not do that. It might not drop. Honda's where it's at. Just ask the Dogecoin Blaze. Yeah. I want the Indy 500 version of a Honda. Exactly. Humi is waiting for the CX-30 hybrid. Charlotte says the CX-30 looks good, to be fair. Or if Doge does well, it may get you into a Shelby GT500. Jose, how high can Doge go on this next big run? It depends on what happens. It really depends on what the catalyst is and how Doge is being used. If it's just the ETFs, Doge should do okay. If House of Doge has some huge integration thing going on with SuchPay and there's a big, huge, I don't know, rollout of Dogecoin being used as payments, and these partnerships are really big, huge partnerships, that's even better. Is Elon and X or Tesla going to do something with Doge? That'd be even better. You got to see how all of that plays out. What's up, Victor? The late night, yeah, last night was a little rowdy. Yes, it was. I don't do too many late night live streams, but last night I did. And hey, we got through it. Craig likes his Forerunner. Good evening, RR. How are you? How's life over there? Norway must be a good place to live. Just pretty relaxed, pretty chill, right? That's what I would think about Norway. Yeah, you wouldn't start over, Yuli. As long as it's the same email address that you have tied, same YouTube account, then it'll remember. A new Tesla Roadster. Elon has talked about it, but right now everything is, the why. But that new Roadster would be nice. A lot of ups and downs today to just end up sideways. They're little moves, 2% up, 2% down, not big. The Indy 500, I don't think is going to be a big catalyst for Dogecoin. It's just going to be kind of a fun thing, but not a catalyst. We need the ETFs. We need the partnerships, House of Doge coming out and doing more for that big run up to the moon, as Hype says. Yes. I hope the sideways means it's building stability for the next growth. And that is typically what we see, right? Are these kind of moves where you're kind of bouncing around, you move up higher, you're bouncing around, you move up higher, you bounce around, and you move up higher again. That next move, that's what we're waiting for. That next move. Hey, the more you can get out of debt, the better it is. The better it is. It's amazing how your stress level goes down. It's a big thing to get out of debt. And now Christoph is back. That 2x works like a charm, doesn't it? And now I'm probably talking really slow. Very chill. Yep. Tending the garden. Yeah, pretty relaxed. Hey, Frank, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. This is the new house I am in. Yes. All paid for. Thank you to crypto. No mortgage. It's pretty nice. Yep, we made it. We like it. But thank you. Dead Man says, I remember when Doge was less than half a cent. The fact that it broke a penny, never fell back under, still amazes me to this day. There were a lot of people who just thought that was going to be a big pump and dump in February 2021. Doge went up to 8 cents and it fell all the way back to like under 3 cents. That was pretty big. But then March came around, it settled in the mid fours, and then April, of course, 21, 42, and eventually early May, 73 cents. Just crazy, crazy, crazy. Doing tomato plants, RR. Nice. I don't think Tesla's going to be in the motorcycle business. Kind of have a feeling that. MB likes his Teslas. So you don't even drive anymore. You just put in your destination and it just goes. It drives you there. That's cool. How much longer are we going to continue buying? Well, we're kind of stuck in this rut still. If it's another red Sunday, you look for buying opportunities on the dip Sunday night again. Oh, you went at 3x. Wow. I was thinking a 2x, but 3x. That's fast. Yeah, Stephen, you have OCD. Join the club. Me as well. It annoys me every day. I have school debt. I just can't wait to be able to close those accounts. Never have to look back. Agreed. I have the same issue with OCD. And, I used to get anxious every month with all the payments that needed to be made. And now I have automatic payments for most things. I think the only thing I manually still have to do is the credit card, because the Bank of America doesn't let you do an auto pay on your credit card. You have to ask, because they don't want you to pay it, right? They want you to forget to pay it so that then they can make money off you with your late fee and in the interest. So I have to remember to manually do that every month. But other than that, everything else is automatic. Beautiful day, Christian. It is. Boston, a little cloudy this morning, but this afternoon it's turned out really nice. After being on 2x for a while, you start thinking, man, Kriss is getting to the point. And then you catch up in slow motion. Exactly. Third Eye Wisdom. If you can just change that last word to coin, Doge is my favorite coin, then I will agree. Technically, Bitcoin was never really 4 cents because there was never an exchange it was trading on at the time. I think people in retrospect have kind of guessed at what a Bitcoin was worth, but there was no real exchange and no one knew what Bitcoin really was worth. $3.95 flow still. Let's see if Doge can even get to $1. That's going to be hard enough. Bull Run was talking about $3 Dogecoin last night. It was just like $3 Doge, $3 Doge, $3. I'm going to keep tweeting it, and I'm going to be talking about it until I will it into existence. That's what Bull Run was doing last night on the late night stream. It's like $3 Dogecoin. And I was like, can we just get to $1 first? Bull Run was like, no, $3 Dogecoin. Oh. What's up, Jason? Welcome. 3x is fast. I have a wife that likes to talk a lot. That's funny. 1.618. Yeah, I figured that was the fib line. That's still up there, though. Yeah, Adam, my credit card is still massive. Sometimes it feels like you're just spinning your wheels and get discouraged. You spend money to be happy for 10 minutes and then regret it. Yeah, so I don't carry any credit card debt. I just use the credit card for convenience, pay it off in full every month, but I get points. I get points every time I use the credit card, which then I can cash out, and it's like free money. So I do that. It's still a bank, though, and it's just like that's one of those things. You're still using the bank, but I pay it off every month. Got to remember to do that, though. Well, it wasn't true financial freedom until February this month. I got out of credit card debt about 8 years ago. And I had school loans, car payment, and then the credit card debt. And so that was about 8 years ago, 7 years ago. I finally got out of that credit card debt. I had my side businesses I had started, and that's when I started then making the money that I could roll into starting to buy stocks, which I started swing trading stocks, which then eventually led me to crypto. Which this cycle, it was all about getting rid of the mortgage, and I was able to do that. So Niels, you've paid off all your other debts, and now you just have the mortgage. And that's where I was, and it took until this cycle to be done with the mortgage. So maybe next cycle, Niels, you'll have that house paid off, and it'll all be yours. Yep, that's the only thing I don't have on autopay as well. Yep. The bank will not do that on autopay. They want you to forget. They want you to forget. Oh, see, if you're trolling me, Third Eye, you got to put a little emoji on there just so you're clued into me, so I know you're trolling me. Just a little winky face, or the little laughing emoji, even one with a smile on it, and then I'll know what you mean. You got to help me out here. Zach just clicked the like button, so there's 69 likes. Hey, 69 likes on the live stream. Awesome. Who's going to mess it up? Who's going to mess it up? Got 69. Oh, there it is, 70. Somebody just messed it up. It was 69. During Corona, I bought on all the dips during the pandemic. If you had money, that was a good thing to do. Buy on those dips. Yeah, that's going to be hard getting to $1 because people will be selling. Even if it gets close to $1, people are going to be taking profits. It's going to be hard. But Nate, you're right. Bull run is often correct. Bull run made a lot on Pepe. That Pepe call was a good one. Doge to $3. What happened to 23 cents? I know, right? Just can't get above it right now in the short term. Hit it a couple times today. But now a little weakness on a Friday afternoon here, which is, I mean, Bitcoin has a big red candle here too. ETH as well. So it's not just Doge. I bet Cardano has a red one. Yep, Cardano going down. Solana going down. Like the whole crypto market is kind of pooping the bed a little right now this afternoon. Credit card buys more Doge with cash back. Exactly. Get your cash back, send it over to Robinhood and buy some Doge, or Coinbase, buy some Doge. It's a good way to do it. Hello from Reba. Hello, Reba. Hit it every 2 weeks. Dogecoin will expire if it takes off. Your credit score went up higher every 2 weeks. Yep, KMAC. A little bit of the PAX origin story. On the members only stream, I went into all kinds of detail on that, but that's the basic story there was getting out of debt and now owning the house. And from here, it's just gravy from here. Just gravy. Overall bullish on Doge, just if we lag for a while after a pump without any significant news, short-term prediction, not great. Yep. Steven's here. I had a good day. Easy day at work on a Friday today. Got outside at lunchtime. I know there's no election happening this time. And that's what I'm saying is why we're probably not going to have that huge run that we had in November unless there's some other big catalyst for Dogecoin. The ETFs could be one, but I still think that's going to be more slow and steady than like a big run up, which would be good for Doge. I'm getting rid of the mortgage this year. I hope you do it, Jason. I hope you do it. Tobias, anything that has pre-sale, I'm not interested in. Not interested. But good luck with your token. Aku. Good luck with it. If a crypto project needs to do pre-sales in order to make money, that's not where you want to be. Can you make money on it? Yes, probably. Maybe when it launches, there's a nice spike. Take your profits, be good with it, and move on. That's what I say. When Lambo. We were talking about Mazdas earlier, not Lambos. Mazdas. This is the Mazda crew tonight. The Mazda crew. You know, I still think these I still think these Mazda Miatas, I think they're the best Mazda cars, are these Mazda Miatas. I mean, that's just a great looking car. I mean, don't you guys think Charlotte would look good driving this thing around? Little MX-5 cruising around Manchester, UK, just cruising around in a Miata. That's what I think. That's a nice looking little car. Look at that one. That's pretty sporty. That's a sporty looking little car. Charlotte, you need to get one of these. Just say it. I think I'd be racing a bit too much, but feel free to gift me one. Let's all start a Dogecoin tip jar for Charlotte so she can get a Miata. A tip jar. I'm in first cycle mode, taking care of home equity loan. Got to pay that off. Yep, the credit card, got to pay that off. Then plan on working on the home loan as we have massive cycle. Yep, get out of debt, Adam. Whatever it takes. Just pick it off one by one. DJ Dan, I'm new to the channel. I'd like to ask if you do live on weekends, on Sundays. Sundays I'm live. Usually right about this time. Saturdays are family days. So I'm typically with the fam on Saturday, busy doing all kinds of things. So Sunday afternoons, I'm free to be live. So check me out on Sunday. Hey, Harold, like you, close on your house on the 22nd. Nice. Good job. Charlotte with Pax Cat cruising in a Miata. Yes. Pax Cat will be sitting there like, hey, this is cool. Awesome. A 370Z. 370Z. Who makes the 370Z? Is that a Mazda as well? I don't know my Mazda cars. That's a Nissan. That's a Nissan. Oh, yeah, but it's a cool looking. That's a cool looking car. I've never been a Nissan fan, though. Never been a Nissan fan. But that's kind of Nissan's version of the Miata, isn't it? You can get a sport version. A little tail fin. Nice looking car. Just not a Nissan fan. Miatas are great if you aren't a giant like me. Yeah. Yeah. Can't be too big for that. Appreciate the stream. We keep it real here. You want me to do an infomercial? I can tell you all about the Ledger Nano S Plus. I did that this morning, though. Do you guys like my video this morning? Did you watch it? Just trying to stay away from all the crypto scams, the hacks that are going on. Brought to you by Ledger. The hardware wallet everyone must have. I do have a link in the description below for the Ledger if you're interested. Is Bitcoin up 15%? from somewhere, but not today. Bitcoin's actually in the red today. Here in the United States, if you want to buy a foreign-made car, tariffs are going to hit. Honda del Sol, rare and discontinued. Honda del Sol. $1990s. Are they really from the 1990s? Kind of a weird, kind of a little weird looking in the back, but I get it. That one's a little better. 1992 Honda CRX del Sol. A little too old for me. Mid-90s cars. I can see why people would like them, but what's up, Bones? How are you? Let's go. The MX-5 Miata MK1 is the OG best Miata there is. K-Mac, it's looking like the Florida Panthers are going to take it tonight, right? Florida Panthers. As I predicted. Doge at support? Nope, it's not. Support is now down here at like 21.5. 21.5. So, yeah, if we see Doge drop below 22 cents, we could see it down in the mid 21s pretty quick. No other support there. All right, Dan, see you. We can start a Doge GoFundMe for Charlotte's car. I want to ride in the Dogecoin Honda Formula One car. I don't think they call it a Formula One, do they? Isn't it just an Indy car? I once had an M3. Made you feel like a gangster with the tinted windows. Awesome. Your first car was a 1984 Camaro Z28. My first car was a little 1983 Honda Accord hatchback. That was my first car. Little Honda Accord hatchback. That was an awesome car. That was an awesome car. This was my first car. 1983 Honda Accord hatchback. Blue. That was it. That was my first car. Disease and the GTRs are the only cool Nissans. Yeah. Me and Pax Cat and the Miata played Dr. Dre. Yep. Eating frozen shrimps in the car. Oh, man. Eliminating capital gains tax for crypto could be a big catalyst. It sounds like Trump's big, beautiful bill isn't even going to pass the working committee right now. So I don't know what's going to be done about tax cuts. I don't know how that's going to work yet. You like the sound of a super cycle? We could see that. My next paycheck is May 31st. May 31st. I don't know how much I'm going to buy yet. Probably like 10,000 Doge, somewhere around there. So I've got other things I still am paying on, right? The rear windows roll down, roof pops off. Yeah, it's just too old for me. I like the newer stuff, brand new car. I like the CarPlay, be able to charge my phone and have all of the extra safety features, get the little amber, light that comes on the side mirrors when a car is there. I like all that stuff. Buy at 21. Hey, if it tips down to 21 cents, I may have to scrounge some money. If it drops below 21.5 and it goes down to 21, I may have to scrounge some money to buy some more. If it's really going to do that, I may have to do that. Your first car was a Honda Civic, Jay? Yeah, a lot of Hondas in the house here for first cars. I've always wanted a Del Sol, a cheap Lambo. The 8 Accord was your first. Yeah, see? And people have those Hondas. Oh, now here we go. CDC's got it. The Buick Sabre. Crack the engine. The Integra, it's an Acura, right? In the Honda family. Yep. Do you have the little hatchback? The Integra hatchback? I remember that car. Yeah, that Accord lasted. How long did I have that? Well, about 4 or 5 years, and then I traded it in. And I got a Chevy Blazer. I needed a like a. They didn't really call them SUVs there, whatever they called them at the time, but the Blazer. Being a young architect driving onto construction sites and stuff, I went with the Blazer. Why Doge Tether versus Doge USD? The Doge versus Tether on Binance is the most traded Dogecoin. There's more volume Doge Tether on Binance than any other exchange or any other trading pair. Because on Binance, nobody trades USD or hardly anyone because Binance doesn't trade in the United States. There's no Binance exchange. That's Binance.us. And nobody trades on that. So that's why I do Dogecoin Tether on Binance as the chart that I mainly use for Doge, because this has the highest volume of trading. So it's the most accurate price. That's why. You like the 2025 Dodge Charger. You don't need it. Yeah. The 72 Pinto. Wow, Becky. Now that's going back there. That is going back there. The Pinto. 98 Honda Civic Coupe. Another Honda. Nobody buys French cars, Charlotte. Well, if you were in France, your first car was probably a French car. The car, right? Yep, it was a hatchback. Yep. Those Acuras. And then the Legend. I remember that, right? A little bit bigger of a car. An 86 Cadillac DeVille. The most comfortable car, slow V8 engine gas guzzler, and crack the block. There you go. Those old cars, right? 92 Lexus, 1982. Well, it was Datsun, Nissan. It wasn't renamed Nissan yet, right? So in 1982, Datsun 210. I got to look at this car. A 1982 Datsun 210. Wow, look at that. Was it a wagon? Or was it this one, the two-door deluxe? Look at that. As basic as it gets. The 1982 Datsun 210. There's the four-door. Or you could get it in a wagon version. Wow. The Datsun 210. Look at that. Look how boxy it was. Wow. 1 hour late. Got to have your notifications turned on. Your dad had the old Chevy Blazer? Yep. I loved my Blazer. Loved it. Whenever Doge pumps, I go on to Zillow. Just dreaming, right? Dreaming. The 91 Chevy Corsica. A Mazda CX-30 for Galaxy. Your first car was a Mini Cooper. No. (2005) Audi A4. That's a nice first car. The Chevy Cordoba, or the Chrysler Cordoba. And then a 1989 Mustang GT was your first new car. The Opel Astra. Okay, we got to see what that looks like. Oh, 2016 Opel Astra. Did you have the 1.4 or the 1.6 turbo? I guess they have a longer version that was more like a wagon. But there's the shorter version. Opel Astra. Nice looking little car. Now I'm all about Honda. That's what my channel is about. 78 T-Bird. An 08 Accord. 166,000 miles and still going strong. Mazda 3 hatchback. A 1973 Moloch in Poland. I have to see what that looks like. A 1973 Moloch. Wow. Ha! It says fiat. So is that a fiat? There it is. That's a classic, Christoph. Look at that. Tom Hanks has one. Look at that. Tom Hanks has one. Look at him standing next to it. He's like a little car. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Everybody's giving away their password. No. What's your mother's maiden name? The 1.6 turbo. Nice. Dream cars. That's a whole nother story. We're talking first cars. Cherie had the 69 Camaro. That's actually classic. 96 Mustang. Datsun. Another Datsun. Your mom had a Renault R5. Let's see what that looked like. Yeah, but what year? Because they go back there. It's a 1984. Classic. Yeah, exactly. That little Polish car, something Mr. Bean would drive. Yeah, it's a Fiat, nicknamed Maluk. You think House of Doge is going to release the soda during Indy 500? We were looking at this, guys, for those that just joined. Here's a preview of the Dogecoin sodas. You can get a cola, you can get a root beer, you can get a orange, and they have a cream soda as well. Get a cream soda. How about that, huh? Dogecoin themed sodas. The Malik looks like a tuna can with wheels. Yeah. When XRP hits 1,000, I'll buy a Bugatti. The 86 Cutlass Supreme, classic, 92 Silverado. First car was a Subaru. You had a Saab 900? A friend of mine had a Saab 900. Parts were like incredibly expensive. Like every time something went wrong with it, it was so much money for parts. Oh, we're giving away passwords because, right. If one of your password hints is it's your first car, then everybody just spilled the beans on their password. Yep, expensive. Expensive to maintain those Saabs. Yep. I remember, like he said, even like the windshield wipers were like so expensive just to replace the windshield wipers. Jason, you can be ready with your Doge wallet. You can pay with Doge. You got to save that bottle though, right? Save the bottle. Maxim, first car was also a Subaru, an Impreza. also had two Saabs, the 900 Turbo and the 9.3. Wow. People love their Saabs, but God, expensive. Well, we won't get into mothers' maiden names here in the chat, okay? Don't want to give it away. Yeah, I just found a clever way to find out everybody's passwords. Yep. Hey, so Doge dipped down to 22.2 and now all the way back up to 22.5. It's just up and down. I think most of this is just bot trading right now. There's not a lot going on. Not a lot going on. We did look at bull flag charts, though, like Trader Allen's, Bitcoin Census. Nice big bull flag chart with a price target of 30 cents. If we break out of the bull flag to the upside, we could see 30-cent Dogecoin before the end of the month. The Dogecoin bull flag pattern, will it play out? That's what we're waiting to see. And so I drew it on my chart. So I've got it here, the big bull flag, and we'll see how that plays out. Yes, gotta save that bottle, Jason. Gotta post a picture of that on onto X. Gotta see that. Overall, what's going on? Onyx coin, XCN, pumped today, up 14%. Hype was up. EOS, Aave, Whiff up a little bit. On the downside, it's Pi token again. Down 14% today, Pi. I covered that a bit in this morning's video as well. I guess the time was to make money on it when it first launched and then to get out of it because it's going down. Pi token. Fart coin down 4.5. Pudgy Penguins, Pengu down 3.7. Optimism, Bonk. Those are the losers today. Mostly Pi token though. I wouldn't touch that. Yeah, I took the rocket off the chart. Do I got to put another one on? Tomquat's got an Impreza now. Subarus are really popular up here around Boston because of all the snow we get, those all-wheel drive cars. Exactly, Manuel. Why do people think XRP is going to $1,000? 20 years? No. How about never? 20 years would be a target for $100, not 1,000. Ugh. MyDoge E. I like that. Oh, just got a notification we're going to get some thunderstorms tonight or tomorrow. You can always rely on Boston getting some weather. Toyota Supra. Those new Supras are supposed to be pretty good. Even Bitcoin's kind of, again, sideways for a week, but weakness with Bitcoin. ETH as well, sideways, just kind of flattening out up here, but it's holding above 2,500 for ETH. Solana down to 169. I still think it may drop down to 150 on a pullback. We'll see. ADA 76. H-bar just dropped below 20 cents. 1975 for Hedera. SHIB down below 15. So weakness in SHIB as well. Not surprised. And there's XRP, $2.40. So we'll be watching those these blue support lines. I got to put a bunch of them back on for a number of these other coins. Pengu is hurting your feelings, John? Pengu. It's been sideways for a week. More than a week. 8 days in a row now, sideways. A little pump here on Wednesday, and then Thursday gave it all back. Sideways. Oh, Supra has a coin, or it's called Supra. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's the one that transitioned from something else, right? What did Supra used to be? Or is this the new one? Thinking of something else. Supra's new, right? Yeah, started in December. Look at that. It launched in December, went all the way up to 7.5 cents, 8 cents, and then just down, 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 down. That's not a great looking chart. That is not a great looking chart. Now it's under a penny. If you want to take a chance on this, maybe with a small part of your portfolio, but I wouldn't go all in on this because since launch, it's done nothing but go down. Tokenomics aren't great. Yeah. That's going to be an uphill battle on this coin. That's going to be an uphill battle. Carlos, I went all in at 7 cents. No way, dude. Oh, yeah, 0.007. Okay. That's better. I was just like, oh, my God, Carlos, really? Ugh. Well, it's 0.006 now, so you're down a little bit. The bottom it hit was 0.0038, but it's not holding very well at 0.07. Looks like it's going to be in the 0.05s again pretty soon. Supra. Good luck, guys. Good luck with that. The new Toyota Supra has speakers to fake engine sounds? No way. Is that true? Or is that just a rumor? Wow. What do you think about Tesla stock? Up to 350 today? Tesla is just going to continue to grow and grow and grow. You want to take profits? You know, this whole thing about Elon's pay package, it seems to be received pretty well. Tesla's doing great. Cybershots. How long will this bull flag go on for? Eventually, it'll just trade itself out of it if it doesn't do anything. Doge to $1,000. I'll buy everyone a new car. All right, Jason, you're on. If Doge hits $1,000, you're going to buy me a car. Oh, some stupid article about Dogecoin to $1,000. Yeah. That's kind of a joke. Doge on, fam. Chase. Cars nowadays have fake engine sounds. Really? Dude, I have a real job. Yeah, I'll look it up later. Doesn't every car have speakers integrated these days? I don't know. Subscription heated seats, you have to pay. That whole Till Maltz thing was hilarious. For him to be joking about the Tesla stock being down when it was like at 225 or something. And now it's up to 350. It's done nothing but gone up since he made fun of it. Barry, you have Doge on Pulse Chain. So I don't know what that is, but that isn't Dogecoin. It's something else. That's some stupid Doge token that is not Dogecoin. But good luck with that, whatever you have. But why don't you have the real Dogecoin? I know the headlines are awesome, aren't they? Doge goes up 2% and it's like, breaking, going to $4. Yeah, I know, exactly. I wade through a lot of that crap when I'm looking for articles to make videos on. It's like, ugh. BMW, fake sounds. There are times when you hope Ali is actually correct. Yep. That $18 Dogecoin. Baby Doge was a 2021 token. I don't care for it. Every once in a while, it goes on little runs. People get excited about it, and then it just loses out again. Doge hitting 1,000. Yeah, what about June? Let's see how the end of May plays out, whether we get a little run or not. And then I'll take a look at June then. There are a lot of people saying, don't sell in May and go away this year. And I'm one of them. But even if we look at the Bitcoin chart, And you see that from December, January, there's no reason to sell your Bitcoin in May because Bitcoin's just going to go sideways and up from here. And the other alts are all down from the beginning of the year. And many are saying that was what you would normally see in the summer, but we saw it January, February, March into early April. So you're not going to get that during the summer. And maybe prices recover over the summer. I'm supposed to be a time traveler. If I was a time traveler, that would be awesome. Doesn't work that way. Ollie forgets to say, mark my words. Bones, you think that run-up's going to happen just before June, right at the end of May? Yeah, that slate truck. That's the one Bezos is behind. Kind of a weird looking little vehicle though, isn't it? And then you just pay for all the accessories. It is electric. There it is. That's a basic little pickup. And then you just pay for every little thing that you want beyond just the base truck. MB, did you really pre-order a slate truck? The slate. Look at that. Wow. A great business model with all the accessories being open source. Jason likes the Cybertruck. I am not a Cybertruck fan, Jason. But then, I mean, I wouldn't even get this. I like my RAV4 hatchback. I would never use a pickup. Have no need for a pickup. But I like the business model. I mean, if you can buy a base model for $20,000, I mean, there's a huge market for something like that. A huge market for that. New tariffs? Pick a day, any day, Jay. It looks like the 1989 Dodge Dakota. Used to have a K truck. Those K trucks are cool. I think you have to get a special permit to have them in Boston because it's a right side driving vehicle. And you have to get some kind of special permit or something. But yeah, they're cool. I've seen them around. Low key, clean. Great for the city. Buy in May and stay. There you go, Jay. Exactly. Yeah, that Cybertruck can go just about anywhere, can it, Jason? It'd be good, rugged, outdoors. Truck comes handy where you live. A Mercedes CLS 550. I remember my grandfather bought a Mercedes in Germany and shipped it to Chicago, where he lived. Actually ordered it at the plant in Germany. And that was a big deal. I mean, we're going back early 1960s, maybe. And if I recall, the bottom rusted out because of the salt they put on the roads in Chicago in the wintertime. And the car didn't have that kind of underbody protection, which was too bad. That was too bad. You've had 10 different right-hand drive cars? In Utah, yeah, the DMV probably has no clue, right? Yeah, I think in Boston, you have to, or Massachusetts, you have to get a special permit. Yeah, what about this truck? What kind of subscription might it have? What kind of extra cost might there be? All that needs to be worked out. You buy a base truck for 20,000 and then what do you have to do to keep it going? Now, the older Mercedes, there just wasn't much upkeep. They were built solid. The newer Mercedes, from what I understand, just aren't built as well, cutting costs here and there, and parts need to be, changed out more frequently now than the older Mercedes cars. And even like the sound of like the doors closing, those older Mercedes, so it's just like you knew you were getting a good solid vehicle. And the new ones just aren't like that. JDM fanboy, MB. Those K trucks are cool though. Uh-huh. These are awesome. Yeah, I've seen a couple of these driving around. Very cool. God. K trucks are gaining in popularity in the US for their small size and low prices. Look at that. That's probably why the Slate will do well. It's probably why. They are small though. They're pretty small. Yeah, Mr. T, we had fun last night. Late night live stream. I will throw some more in. What did I miss? We were so close to $1, DB. So close. We're just hanging out. Hanging out on a Friday. The Chevy Love. Now we're talking, right? Wow. Yeah, they just don't make cars like that anymore. Just a basic pickup truck. A compact pickup truck. Chevy Love. That thing wouldn't survive. Yeah. Nope. BP, that had nothing to do with it. It piled on, but Doge was already getting shorted before Saturday Night Live started. The price was already dropping. We've talked about that. Barry Silbert and his pals had huge shorts. They opened up. So Doge was already dropping in price before Saturday Night Live started. The Geo Metro. That's little. The Love had the first aluminum block. Chevy Love. Yeah, I don't remember those at all. I don't think they were that popular, but one of my customers gave me an F-150 pickup truck. That's a pretty nice tip. A pickup truck. Well, congrats on that. That's awesome. Adam, you had a Geo Metro? Wow. Mm-mm-mm. 180,000 miles. It runs. Yeah, it's awesome, Christian. Awesome. Yeah, there's a few, Christian. And I mean, we talk about Doge and do only good every day and trying to be good, living a good life, like doing all that stuff. And I really hope it all pays off for everyone. I really do. With Doge. It's a good crypto to be in. Have a lot of fun with it. I know a lot of people want the price to go up and get rich or whatever, but there's a lot more to it than that. Glad we have a nice community here. You guys are awesome. Awesome. All right. That's what we are on a Friday night. I'll be live again Sunday. We'll see you then. We'll probably have another video coming out sometime over the weekend. Just catch up on things going on in short form video. I hope everyone has a great Friday night. Go Celtics. See if we can beat the Knicks. Go on to a game 7. That will be awesome. I'll be doing that later. Till then, we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably,
the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.